going on, guys? It's Kerry here, and I am checking in for our podcast. So I recorded this video and also podcast recently, and it just disappeared. I apologize. Sorry for not having an intro. My name is Kerry Hartley. I'm the host of the Moguls podcast show, and I hold millennials accountable to being the change they would like to see in the world. Back to what I was saying. Recorded this episode, but I have no clue where it is at. I cannot find the video, so it's probably a reason behind that. I think that this video was a lot different than the first one, and now it's going to be more authentic than I believe the first one actually was going to turn out to be. I want to speak on actually being authentic, and I am in a space where I am putting together this YouTube channel as well as the podcast and a lot of planning. And even thinking about the title of this video, what it was gonna be, it doesn't fit with who I am, and it just makes no sense for at least this point in my life. Like, I will be the first one to tell you, I would love to be at a place where YouTube is an income source. I would love for my podcast to be for a place where it does have sponsorship, but I think that is losing the reasoning behind putting together content, and that's to relate to people. Relate to viewers. That's more important than anything. Please forgive me. I just had to itch my eye there. It just was bothering me. But anyway, back to the point. It is way more important to be relatable to people. And that is hard to come across. Like, a lot of people show what they want to show, and it probably has a reason behind it. But I would say for me, I don't want to speak on everybody and generalize. For me, I try to put together things that I believe will create a certain reaction, and it's a lot of videos that I can watch or a lot of things I can read up on, and it gives you these techniques on how to make your YouTube channel better or make, I guess, a better reaction from whatever you put together in your content. I am also in a position now where it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't. It does. It is a goal of mine to want to get to these places, but more so, putting out good content is more important than anything. And I believe, like, when you have those opportunities to be yourself, to let people in a way that is relatable and is human, it's down to earth. There's so many techniques, so many tricks, so many this and that. Yeah, I get it. People want to click on something with a catchy title. Yeah, I think your YouTube thumbnail is something that's important. I do it all the time. I'm on YouTube all the time. I click on the ones with nice thumbnails. But there's been times I clicked on videos. There's been times I listened to podcasts that had all of the shininess but no substance. And that's what I want this episode to be about, substance. I want it to be something that means something. Because a lot of us are ambitious. A lot of us want to make it to a place, make it to a status, whatever. And we really find that there's no fulfillment in that end goal. The journey, I get it. I hated hearing it. I hated hearing it. I hated hearing it. I'll say it again. I hated hearing it. Fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the process. I want to get to the end goal. But I think what I'm learning now is I'm not always right. And probably I'm not right about not wanting to hear that. More so what I've learned is how daunting of a task it is to lose being real and then try to get that back. Let me touch on it some more. So you do all these things, you want to get this result, and it causes you to kind of change the way that you react, you move, you just start to be something different. And it's sometimes hard to go back to your original form. And if it is helping you in other areas, one of the things that I think is hard to really lose grip of is being yourself. And I don't think any of this journey about being successful, whether it be through money or through status or through impact in life, you don't want to lose the fact where you don't feel like yourself. And loving yourself is really important. Like, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to put together content. But if I lose the fact that I'm also being myself when I'm doing this content, and I have a dog who may cry in the background, and I don't have a perfect YouTube studio, and I don't always have a perfect script, and I don't know editing to a T. And all of these things that I feel like I put in front of the whole goal at times is just to relate to people. That's the power of what we have. The opportunity to create content and relate to people. We can build brands. We can do so many things. Like, I'm literally on a ring light. I have one extra shiny light to the left, and this cool mic that hooks up to my phone that's recorded in HD, and I have the ability to speak in the broadcast and put it onto a platform where millions and millions of people go on to and have the opportunity to connect with somebody, one person. That is what it's about. And as much as of an ambitious person I am, goal-driven person, I want to accomplish the things that I put out there in the atmosphere. It can get in the way of losing touch. It can get in the way, and it could cause you to lose touch with who you really are. And that person is what I believe, as a viewer, as a consumer of content, matters more. Like, shiny things are everywhere. And I'm not that much older than I was last year, but I will say this year, especially, I've been around more shinier things than I used to be around. And they're cool, but that's a journey, that's a rabbit hole that's very, for me, not a good place to go down, because it never ends. There's always something shiny, there's always something that looks cooler, there's always something that looks better. And a lot of times those shiny things or those cooler things or bigger and better things, they create such a thick wall to get to the person or to get to the real trueness behind those shiny things, because those things can't move, they can't breathe, they can't necessarily change you. They're just tools. They can complement you, but they really can mess with your like your mental status and how you view yourself, and cause you to be sometimes a different version of yourself. And that is really a weird place, man. Letting down the wall around people you trust is important. Having people around you that you trust, your top 5, is important. Knowing what makes you happy is important. And being able to put that on YouTube, and being able to put it on any social media platform, to have any following, have any viewers, is such a gift and a privilege. Now, I'm not at a place where there's super negative comments, and by the time this video gets edited, I may have 100 million negative comments. That is obviously something that isn't going to be the most prettiest aspect of whatever you do. And I'll get it. I haven't faced it, so I can't speak on it completely, but we've all kind of faced negativity. Again, it's like your top 5. Your content is out. There's going to be some really rough stuff in the comments, man. And I'm saying this because I'm talking about being authentic, and now I'm talking about some of the consequences that may come out of being real and being honest and knowing who you are and not being so tuned up and so perfect. And I want to say this without being in a rough manner. And because I haven't faced that, I can't speak on it. But I'm speaking to myself right now, I guess. When you get it, you got it. You got the negativity around you. But just remember, if this was someone sitting next to you, remove yourself. Just get up and move. Don't give those people your time. And I'm speaking to myself. And I'm just saying, because if you're being authentic, and you're being authentic in a room full of people, sometimes people aren't going to like that, man. And by you giving that person your energy, giving that person your attention, or even possibly changing yourself to fit that norm, and if they're not doing it out of a place of constructive criticism or constructiveness and helpfulness, they just want to see you down, let them out. They don't get your time, man. And I'm using the comment box as a good example, because that's where people come at you, man. That's where people come and they want to rip you to shreds. I read comments on some videos. I subscribe to Gary V's. I subscribe to his concept that if you want to use social media really impactful and make make meaningful connections, hit the comments. It's a lot of missed opportunity there. But I see so many negative comments, man. It's ridiculous. 200, comments, and I laugh. I'm human. I've laughed at some jokes down there, and some things can be funny on my end because I'm not receiving it. But how do I know what the person that put out that content feels? And I'm that person now. At some point, I will have negative comments. Odds are we're all human and no one's perfect, so someone's gonna have something negative to say. Even when I put out my ad and I ran my promo for the channel, I had a lot of thumbs downs. Like, that can get to you. But again, changing and molding yourself to fit people's norms, it's not worth it. And that comment box is nothing different. It's not bigger. It's not badder than being in a room full of people and having certain people look at you looking at you in a certain way and putting out negative energy. Get away from them and get to the positive energy. And just drone in on the positivity. If I know this person over here is just giving me bad energy, just want to be negative, go to the positivity. Have your great time with those people and enjoy it. And remember, this that you're getting, the feedback, you did it based off of who you are and not what you were trying to be. So at the end of the day, when you are with these people that are happy and encouraging and positive, you feel better inside because you know this is you. Let me run that back and play it in a different scenario. You choose to put out content. You choose to be something you aren't. You get negative comments for something you aren't, and it still makes you feel bad because you're human. Regardless if that's who you are or not, they said something negative to you. Some reaction probably will come out, especially early on. But you get this positive energy for being who you aren't. That may be a positive indicator that I need to change forever. But one day they might figure out that's not who you are. Now those same positive people, the negative people are always going to be there. And then you have these other people who used to, really put you up on a higher pedestal, and they admired you for who you really weren't, but who you were portraying to be. And then one day they either are not there, they moved on to something else, or they found out that's not who you are, and they found out that they were deceived. That's a hard place to be. Now let's say that person that you really are, you still have the negative people. Again, we're removing ourselves, we're going to the positivity. Those people know that's who you are. I mean, how much more fulfillment do you need? You found a tribe of people that believe in ideologies and mindset and positivity like you do. That's what it's about, man. The fakeness, the clickbaitness, the running the ads. Yeah, I mean, that's all faculty, but it's not fulfillment. It's passion over purpose. Like, no, put the purpose first. Like, what's your purpose? And you touched on that today at church, like purpose over passion. I'm a passionate person. I wrote a book. I have passion in my title. But purpose is important. That's why we're here. I'm finding that every day. And my purpose is what's going to relate to the real tribe. My passions typically, passions can change. And passions are not always who you are. They're more of a choice. So I'm not downing any passion. Some passions are good, some passions are bad. But purpose is it's ingrained. It's in your DNA. And that is what I believe, the authenticity of you and getting that out in the atmosphere and letting that be known and not letting other things build up. Because again, the rabbit hole of having shiny stuff, it's never ending, but that gets you so far away from your purpose. You may get so far where it takes a lot of time. Let's even face it, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of relationships that could have been saved, a lot of good things that you let go. And then you have to get all of that off, lose a lot of all of that to have enough freedom. You don't have all that baggage to go on this journey to find who you really were. And I'm very, very much so in a place where I may not know everything, but I don't think that's a journey worth taking. Trying to find yourself again, who you used to be, after you lost it to trying to be something you weren't. And then you end up hating the person that you become. And now you're on a journey. You hate this fake person who you aren't. And it may feel good, the energy and the reaction and the people that come up to you because of this image, but it's not who you are, and inside you're burning. Like, you're burning, man. You don't got to be a celebrity to get that. You don't. You could be a normal person. You could be in college. You could be out of college. You could be at work. You could be walking down the street. You could be somebody you aren't every day. And I think as I'm starting to build content, it's easy, man. Like, everything around you is kind of built for you to live that second mindset, like lifestyle, and kind of go down this road of trying to be something you aren't. Easy. And it's not so deep where it's like profound. It could be simple choices. Choosing where you like to eat. And I'm not telling you, stay in the box. Get around people with the right mindset and energy and grow and evolve. But that switch on purpose to specifically be something you're not for a certain reaction or a certain result. And it's an odd game to play, especially here on social media. But said all that to say this. The name of this video is going to be How I Met Cam Newton. And I think the lesson that I thought I learned, and when I originally recorded this podcast and this video, it wasn't going to be worthwhile, man. It wasn't going to be good. And that's me being probably a little hard, but it's just, I don't even want to start that road. Clickbait, whatever. Yo, look, I met a cool guy, man. And the only reason why I say it's cool, I didn't really meet him personally. I didn't have much of a conversation, but I got an unexpected result. I was looking for a job. I'm now doing industry. I'm selling cars, so I joined a new industry. And it's something that I didn't think, I probably thought about it a year and a half ago, but I didn't think about it towards the end of the year. I wasn't expecting to do it. So in that moment, I was a little down. I had started a company. I've been with a previous company that's in the real estate space, and how I needed the income. And I went down and I was going to different dealerships. And I happened to go to one here. I'm in Atlanta, so you never know who you'll see. You just never know. I'm on the phone with my dad speaking about the change. Like, what's this gonna be like? Hey, I gotta go get another job, man. And in that moment, man, I was in the mindset of stinking thinking. Let's call it that. It was positivity. It's like, I gotta go get it, but I don't want to. And I look around at this particular dealership before I went in to go ask about potential employment opportunities, and I'm on the phone with my dad, and I just look up and I'm saying, like, hey, I think I see Cam Newton. And really didn't know. I wear contacts, I wear glasses, so I had my contacts in and I just didn't make out his face. But what I did is I recognized his style. Like, I saw him have his hat on, and I saw just some of the mannerism, his height, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely Cam Newton. But here, there's a lot of Suburbans and Escalades and Tahoes, so one of those vehicles I think he was riding in, and the tint is dark on those. It's limbo tint. So I went, and I actually felt like at that moment, even though he had gotten in the van, it was worth a shot. All right, I just started my company, and I know I moved to Atlanta to be around different people in spaces that we weren't always in college. When I was in college town or back home where a lot of people are retired, like, this is people who are movers and shakers, and I wanted my opportunity to meet some of these people, to hopefully interact and to grow relationships with. That's really key, relationship. So I approached the car, man. I told my dad, I actually joked around in the last video, I'll do the same. I told my dad, hey, I think I might be going to jail or something. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this, but I'm just going to walk up and introduce myself. Just joking around. Probably shouldn't even have said that. I had no bad intentions whatsoever. And I actually grabbed my business card out of my car. And for whatever reason, God gave me the opportunity to still have some time. The car didn't pull off. Window was up, and I just held up my business card. Intentions. And at that moment, I kind of zoned out. I really wasn't in a place where I was like, oh, like someone that was celebrity status or someone with a certain amount of money or doing something so cool such as being a professional quarterback in the NFL really wasn't crossing my mind. I knew it was somebody that was in a place that worked really hard, and I just wanted to share my card. That's really it. I wanted the opportunity to meet this person because in some degree, I wanted to also say, hey, I know you're a human, man. Like, At the end of the day, I want to know you're human. I want to let you know I respect your time. And he actually rolled down the window. All I did was hold up my card. He rolled down the window, and I was really thankful. I just was genuine. I said, hey, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate what you do, Cam. And I just wanted to share with you my business card. Just started a real estate firm, and I wanted to just share that card with you. We shook hands. His reaction let me know that no words were really exchanged. He was on the phone. It felt to me that he honestly was just genuine, man. He shook his head. I felt no ill manner, such as I'm better than you. And to me, the lesson that I thought I learned in the older podcast was, I have my notes right here, so please forgive me. I don't really remember exactly what I was trying to get at, because it just felt like it was just not who I was. I guess it wasn't all bad. It was be present in the moment, but the whole idea of building a video and trying to create all this energy, maybe Cam will remember my card. I think my intentions were worse than like the episode. That was just bad. But what I've learned is, man, like, you don't know who you meet, and just because you meet somebody doesn't mean that they have this tool or this secret ticket to get you anywhere. Man, people are people. Relationships is what it's about. As much as it would be interesting to possibly get 1 million views just because I say, hey, I met Cam Newton, or if I get 100 negative comments, which still creates interaction on my post because people say negative stuff about the way that I put the video out. All of that doesn't matter. Like, I feel like in that moment, if we were able to connect and we have certain things in common, then hey, let's rock. Like, that's cool. I got somebody at a different place than me that I can learn from, maybe mentor, or maybe I can share some things. That's more important. Me sharing that story with you, like, in an authentic manner is more important than the whole metrics game, right? So many things that try to like lock in on and make the metrics matter. Yo, I love business, dog. I really do. And I say dog not in a negative way, but just in a way of saying, like, that's what I do. I like it. I've been doing it for years, mentally wise. I've been just toning my brain up, reading books on it, and now each year I feel like I'm taking a step in the direction to build a business that I feel is this. It's not a hobby, not just like the whole I do business, but a real company, a corporation. I want that. I feel like that's definitely part of my purpose. It's not my only purpose, but it's definitely part of my purpose, and I think the way that I go about it is my purpose. So that's the biggest lesson I took away from it. Now looking back on it, kind of going through life today, just let go of the wall, man. Let go of the wall that you're holding up. People are people. And it's really hard not to be a person when you are a person. Like, that may sound very contradictory, but trying to be perfect, a robot, whatever you want to call it, is hard. It's a hard game to put up. And when you meet people, regardless of what status they're in, they could somewhat come off of having a worse situation than you, or a really great situation with jealousy. So you got this whole pride thing where you may feel too prideful to be around people that may not have what you have or are blessed as you are. And then you have the whole inferior or jealousy thing where you meet people that have something. And also idolize. Like, idolizing people is a real game to play too. And I think that's what I got out of it. I met somebody that's in a better position financially for sure than I am. From what I see, opportunity-wise, there's a lot of opportunities maybe I don't have right now. So it could cause me to be jealous or feel inferior. And then there's also the thing where trying to make somebody so perfect, so, wow, oh my goodness, they gotta be better than me. Everything about them, either jealousy or building such a platform for them to be on. In that moment, I kind of learned, man, it don't matter really who you meet. Like, if you meet somebody that's cool and down to earth, you'll know it. It's not much that you can hide from that. You may not want to face it right away. You know, somebody could give you some bad vibes one day, and you'll know, like, that's kind of part of their character. Like we learned today in church. Read the writing on the wall. When people show you who they are, believe them. People got bad days, but you kind of could pick up a little bit, like, yo, they just having a bad day. That's cool. And also, like, when people are on a certain platform and, you know, maybe reach different heights, they're human too. Like, they are human. Like, Cam could have had a horrible day and been really mean to me. And you just kind of got to read the energy. Like, some people just having a bad day. I got to be okay with that. Like, yo, okay, you having a bad day. I apologize, man. Let me go on. It don't matter if he was anybody at a level that I may have wanted to meet or maybe wanted to model or was influenced by. Yo, people have bad days, man. And some people have really good days. Like, being a human is so important, especially grinding on the entrepreneurship journey, grinding in your relationships, man. That's the lesson I learned out of this. More important than trying to be opportunistic. Yeah, opportunity presented itself. I wanted to meet somebody that I felt could make a great opportunity. Like, even as just a friend, like as crazy as some people might think that is, that's important, man. You meet people at a certain level, just approach it of trying to be a friend. Do I want to be a friend with this person? A business friend at that point. Like, anything like that matters. It's a relationship. There's no way to kind of fake an artificial relationship. There's no such thing, dog. Like, you might as well just hang out with Siri. Like, honestly, like, a person is going to be a person no matter how much money they got, how many cars they drive, how many jets they own, how much assets they own. They're going to be a person. And feeling less than a person just because of the stuff they have or the way they make you feel is not going to be the answer. It's going to be hurtful. And also, when you reach that place, because you will, and I have faith that you will, it's not worth playing the game that's how you build your worth. That's how you build your self-worth, more important than your net worth. It ain't the fulfillment way. It isn't. I'm saying that early. I'm speaking that into existence. And I got really ambitious goals financially. No harm, no foul. Like, in saying that, and I still want to look back on this and be like, yeah, you picked up on that early. Like, it's not worth being so perfect, dog. Like, I'm literally in front of my desk, the same desk that I was grinding out at the end of last year, the same desk I'm grateful to have, and this is my background drop for YouTube. And this is still something that somebody would love to have as well. It doesn't matter if I don't have the foam up, I don't have the cool lights, or whatever I need to kind of make this so interesting. Look, I'm a human. And I think in some ways, that's a better marketing strategy than a lot of things. Because sometimes people miss the fact that people just want to see people be people. Let me say that again. People miss the fact that people just want to see people be people. Not robots, not perfectionists, not so, I guess, celebrity type, but just be down to earth, dog. So if you take anything out of this, remember that being authentic, being real, being honest, removing yourself from the positivity, and no matter if it's someone above where you, or let's just not even say above, where you want to be, or somebody in a situation that you don't particularly want to be in, let that jealousy and envy or even idolization not be what holds you slave when you see people at that place that you would like to be, or don't let that pride and that negative mindset or just that I just say meanness, like, honestly, be the reason why you look down on somebody and hurt those relationships. You can gain meaningful relationships at either level. Mentality and mindset overweigh circumstances and situation. So don't look back on these things and be like, you don't have your circumstances and where I want it to be, or your circumstance is where I want it to be, so I have to make this relationship work. Nah, man. Be down to earth, be honest, and push out that content. Push out that content. We could talk, we could chat in the comments for sure. Put that content out, and let's comment to each other. Let's talk, let's run it, let's create that positive circle. And we're gonna outlive all that negativity, man. It's gonna be there. But I think, honestly, being a content creator has taught me in this short stint of time, be consistent and be relatable. And the only way that really you'll be relatable is being yourself. Somebody out there is a part of your tribe. And I think that's the cool thing about having YouTube. You don't necessarily have to have it in your geographical radius, but you can have it worldwide and globally, straight off of your phone, straight off of whatever you have the opportunity to broadcast with. So with that being said, 30 minutes is here. I appreciate y'all, and it's time to put my head down and work. Book on the way. Got a couple more seconds. Book on the way. I will push to get this out, and I would love the support, man. It was something that I challenged myself and I pushed, and I don't care ClickFunnels or Google ads or any of that. Nothing is more different than me being honest and say, look, I put together a good piece of work. It's not going to be my last one, but hey, I would love the support, man. I love the feedback. So I have that opportunity anytime I can for you to purchase this product and to let me know what you think. So with that being said, Millennial Moguls, I'm out. And we're going to get this next episode done this week. I'm holding myself to it. So be real, be honest, and more importantly, be yourself and be happy.